Hey there, fellow movie buffs. Today, I've got a gripping Lifetime movie to recap for you, How She Caught a Killer. Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions as we dive into this suspenseful thriller. The movie kicks off in the year 1986, during Thanksgiving. Meet Joyce, a nursing student who's got a challenging job in the AIDS unit. Unfortunately, her dad, Stan, is too drunk to give her a ride to work, so she takes the risky decision to hitchhike. That choice leads to a horrifying outcome as a mysterious man picks her up, and the next day, her mutilated body is discovered by a river. As detectives break the tragic news to Stan, he's determined to find the man responsible for his daughter's death. Fast forward to 1988, and we meet Linda Murphy, played by Sarah Drew, a rookie cop fresh out of police training. She's got a personal connection to law enforcement as her father was a cop who died in the line of duty. Her mother isn't exactly thrilled about Linda following in her father's footsteps. At the start of her career, Linda is assigned to domestic disturbance cases and traffic stops, far from the murder cases she aspires to work on. To impress her boss, David, she even whips up a lasagna. But things take a chilling turn when FBI agent Neil Carter visits the precinct to investigate a series of murders on the same highway. A potential serial killer is preying on sex workers along Route 60. This is where Linda's determination takes center stage. Agent Carter suggests sending an undercover agent to infiltrate the dangerous world of the street. And guess who's up for the challenge? Linda, of course. She transforms into an undercover persona, codenamed Tara, and begins mingling with the girls on the streets. They're initially suspicious of her, not wanting any more girls on their turf. But eventually, Linda gets a break when Shelley offers her some guidance and warns her about a guy named Red. Linda goes through a series of wig changes, looking like she just walked out of Three's Company. But as the case consumes her, Linda decides to take matters into her own hands, disregarding the rules, and starts her own investigation. This leads her to Red's barn, where she hopes to find DNA evidence linking him to the murders. However, all she finds are centerfolds and jars of pickles. Things take a sinister turn when Red catches her, and she speeds away only to pass by the killer, who takes the life of another sex worker. Linda's next blunder is mistaking Stan, the grieving father, for the killer. He's actually staking out the route in hopes of uncovering the truth about his daughter's murder. Her boss becomes increasingly concerned about Linda's growing obsession with the case. But then, a breakthrough. While working the streets, Linda spots the distinctive blue van that had taken Crystal, one of the victims. She decides to confront the driver, walking alone to get information. Her instincts tell her he's the killer, and she gathers crucial details, including the fact that he's an electrician with a blue carpet in his van, matching fibers found on the victims. This intense interaction triggers an anxiety attack for Linda, leaving her deeply affected. Soon enough, Linda's cover is blown, and she confides in Shelley about the case she's working on. She then teams up with FBI agent Neil Carter, and the two share a playful exchange about not falling in love, hinting at a potential romantic angle. Together, they focus on tracking down the man in the blue van, who turns out to be an electrician named East Bunny, of all things. Tragically, Linda's involvement hits home when the man in the blue van lures Shelley into his clutches, making her his next victim. The case becomes deeply personal for Linda. With a search warrant in hand, the police bug the van during a traffic stop, hoping to gather concrete evidence against the killer. Linda follows the man in the blue van into a bar, only for him to realize she's on his tail. He finds the listening device and warns the police that he's aware of their surveillance. But with nothing left to lose, the police execute the search warrant and uncover a trove of evidence, including blood in the van. Their hope is that this new DNA technology can link the killer to the crimes. And when the results come back, it's a match for Shelley. Undeterred by her boss's pleas for a break, Linda continues her relentless pursuit, keeping a 24/7 watch on the man in the blue van. Her dedication pays off when she spots him picking up Crystal in a different van. The climax is nail-biting, as Linda confronts the killer, leading to a tense struggle in the woods. She demands to know why he committed these heinous acts, and he chillingly reveals that he enjoyed hearing his victims scream. Linda doesn't back down, ultimately subduing the killer and holding him until her partners arrive. In the end, justice prevails, and the case is closed. Stan expresses his gratitude to the police by sharing some food. Linda's career takes a positive turn as she's set to become a full-fledged detective, working alongside her father's former partner. She also receives an offer from Agent Carter to join the FBI. And there you have it, folks, How She Caught a Killer, a heart-pounding Lifetime movie filled with suspense, drama, and a strong-willed heroine who goes to great lengths to bring a serial killer to justice. If you love thrilling crime dramas with a touch of personal drama, this one's definitely worth a watch.